Hi, welcome to the Tellurium tutorials. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build a very simple model using Tellurium. So on the screen you'll see I've started up Tellurium, and it should look something like this when you start up your own copy. On the left hand side is the editor where you type in your model. On the right hand side is the console, and the other important thing is this green button here which you use to run your models. Now when you start a new project you should select the new file icon. I've already done that, and when you do that you'll get this template or the skeleton model that you can use to start building. So the important thing to bear in mind is this line here, line 10, and these triple quotes. Now these triple quotes represent a string, and inside here you will put your model. So we're going to have a really simple model where we'll have a single reactant getting converted to a single product. Let's call that reactant S1, and we'll call the product P1. Now together with the reaction I'll need a rate law, and for this I'll pick a simple irreversible mass action rate law. So just to repeat, on this S1 is our reactant. To the left hand side of the reaction we have this symbol dash greater than that represents the arrow that separates the reactants from the products, and on the right hand side I have the name of the product. Now you can use any names you like, I just have to use S1 P1. Then followed by a semicolon, and then you need to write your rate law. And the rate law in this case is a simple first order mass action rate law, K1, a rate constant K1 times concentration of S1. I need to set up my values, so I'll set the rate constant K1 to be 0.5. I need to set up my initial values for S1 and P1, so let's say 10 and P1 equals 0. Now notice I can put multiple expressions on one line so long as I separate them with a semicolon. Now you may be wondering what the units are here. Well, the units are whatever I deem appropriate. What I have to make sure is, however, that I always use the same units and I'm consistent in my use of units. So the 10 here could represent 10 millimolar. The rate constant could be in units of seconds. But whatever I pick, I have to be consistent. So that's basically the model. To run the model, I write the following statement, which I'll explain in a minute. So this says, this section here returns a variable called R. This is your model instance. This represents your model. Whenever I want to do anything to the model, I have to use R. And here I'm using R to call the simulate method. So this will run a simulation. And these arguments here, these values here represent the time start. So let me write that down here. Time start, time end, and number of points. Okay, so I'm going to start at time 0, go up to time 10. If my units were seconds, this would be 10 seconds, and I'm going to generate 100 points. All the results of those simulations will be copied into an array M. To plot these results, all I have to do is type r.plot. I now need to save the file. I won't bother changing the name, but here is the save buttons. Now it's saved. I can hit the green button, which is the run button, and if I do the run button, I get a simulation. Right, and this shows how S1 and P1 evolve in time. You can see that S1 declines over time while P1 fills up. Okay, so that concludes the initial tutorial on Tellurium. Thank you.